Okay then, now let's go ahead and move this over here. And let's try the triangle. Remember, the formula for a triangle is area is equal to 1/2 times base times height, or base times height divided by 2. So where do you get the height? It has to be a line that is perpendicular, or 90 degrees, or right angle to the base of the triangle. If you noticed, on these two, there are distractors. Ooh, there's some numbers here that's thrown to you that is not necessary to find the area. Yeah, they're useful if you're finding the perimeter. You do not need it for the area. The only thing you need is 1/2 times base times height. So for this first right angle triangle, the base is 4, so it's 1/2 times 4 times the height is 4. Then what do you do with this? Nothing. They're trying to confuse you. So you need to be able to focus and go and only look at what you need to look at, which is base and height. Okay? Yeah. So this is going to be 1/2 times 4, which is 16. And of course, half of 16 is 8. Ta-da! The second triangle, yes, is full of distractions, full of unnecessary numbers. So you gotta learn to focus on. Then you gotta learn to focus on it. Then you have to learn. Let's focus on this. We know that the area of a triangle is found by using the formula 1/2 of the base and the height multiplied. So here's the 1/2. Where's the base? In this case, is both of these combined, the entire base, not just the 3, it's 3 and the 6. So the total base length from one end to the other is going to be 9 times the height is not this. This just happens to be the hypotenuse of this little right triangle. And this long thing is the hypotenuse for the other side of the right triangle. So the height is the perpendicular line, 4, which is right angle to this entire base. So the height is the 4. These are not necessary. They are the distractors. So now you go 1/2 times 9 times 4, which is 36. Or you could have just said half of the 4 is 2 times 9 is 18. But either way, this is 36. And then half of 36, of course, is 18. Yeah. Now, here's a trapezoid. And the formula is right over here. Why don't you try both? Be careful of the distractors. Okay. So you said the formula for the area of a trapezoid is given as 1/2, because there is a triangle there, times, since there's 2 different lengths, we're going to add them. Base 1 plus base 2. And the half, it is the average of the 2 bases, or the 2 lengths, times the height. Okay? What you're actually trying to do by putting the half is taking the average of the 2 length and then times the height. Did you get that? So in this case, if you think about it, what's the average between 8 and 10 is a 9. And 9 times the 4 is going to be 36. So we know this will be a 36 for the area, but let's follow through. So we got 1/2 times the base 1. Let's just say this is base 1. So that's just 8. Plus base 2 is 10. Times the height is defined as 4. That's the distractor. What on earth is a 2 square root of 5? We don't need it right now. We just need the 4. Times the 4. Add the 2 bases. 8 plus 10 is 18. And then what's half of 18? It's 9. And what's 9 times that 4, which is the height? 36. There it is. And finally this one. We're running out of space. So let's just use the same formula I wrote over here and go ahead and start substituting it in. Here's 1/2 times base 1 of this trapezoid is 10 plus the 12 times, what do we get the height? Is that the height? It kind of looks like it, but is that at 90 degrees? Yeah! If your teacher gives you a height but did not indicate the notch for the 90-degree angle, then you might want to point that out. Oh, how do we know that's the height? Because to be a height, it has to be perpendicular. And to indicate that it's a perpendicular, you need to draw that little 90-degree angle. Then that becomes the height. Be respectful though, okay? Don't annoy the teacher. So in this case, 1/2 times 10 plus 12 is 22 times the height, which is a 7. That was a distractor. Woo! Square root of 53. I don't want to deal with that. 1/2 times 22. Well, 2 reduces 22 11 times. Or you could just say, what's half of 22? 11. Times a 7, which is the height. Your final answer is 77. And if these were given in meters, this would have been meter squared, because 10 meter plus 12 meter is 22 meters. Half of 22 meters is 11 meters. 11 meter times a 7 meter is meter squared. There's your final answer.